Hello everyone, my name is Travis Ford. I'm an agronomist here with Atlantic Tractor, and we're in Tawnytown today checking one of our research plots that we are researching, the ExactShot planter from John Deere. The ExactShot planter is a new planter that can basically precisely dose fertilizer or another type of spray such as fungicide or insecticide directly onto the seed when we're planting. So instead of doing a continuous band in the furrow where the seeds are located, each seed is sprayed with a mist of the product, and it offers a potential savings of up to 60% on whatever product you're using as a pop-up. Today we're going to check our population counts. And we have 30-inch row spacing. So what we're going to do is measure out 17 feet 5 inches, and then we're going to count the number of plants in each one of the sections that we count, and then we're going to compare that to the population that we planted. This field was planted at 28,000 seeds, so hopefully we'll see somewhere around 26, 25 seeds, and that would give us a pretty good germination rate. So what we do here is kind of do it randomly. We just kind of toss this out, and that's going to be wherever we start, right there. So basically, we'll take the tape right where it's at. We'll start there, and then we'll measure down the row, 17 feet 5 inches. Now it will be dependent on your row spacing. So if you're doing 15-inch rows, it'll be double that. But with 17 feet 5 inches, each plant will equate to 1,000 per acre, and then we'll find 17.5, and we'll count back from here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we have 21,000 seeds per acre in this plot, where we should have had closer to hopefully 25 to 26. That's a little bit lower than we were anticipating, but that's why we do a couple spots so we can get an average. So we'll do it again. Again, measure out 17 feet 5 inches. (25, 26, 27). So that's a much better population count. Hopefully the next few are closer to that. So we had 27,000 seeds per acre germinate, and we planted 28,000 seeds. So that's a very good germination. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So that one we had perfect germination in this count. That's what we like to see, a lot better than the first count. So again, that's why we do this multiple times, so we can actually get a good estimate of how well the stand was germinated. We look pretty good here, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now we're going to do some tissue sampling. When you do tissue sampling, you want to check in with your local lab that you're going to use and check their procedures beforehand. Some labs are a little bit different. Our lab allows us to do seedling plants. Not all labs have the capability to do seedlings. So here we have seedling corn, and we're basically going to take the entire above ground portion of the plant. And you want to get a good number of plants, 20 to 30 plants per zone that you have will give you a good average of your tissue sampling, and that analysis will be pretty viable. So we're going to start doing that here. With this ExactShot trial that we're doing, we ran 3 different treatments with 3 different rates of fertilizer. So we're going to collect tissue samples from each of the zones of those 3 different treatments, and then compare the tissue analysis to see if we see any differences in nutrients in those tissues of the crops. So we'll get started here, and basically you're just going to want to randomly take tissue samples of the corn. Again, with the seedlings, we're going to take the entire above ground portion. So you can just come down here and snap that plant right off like that. And we'll take about 25 to 30 of these samples. Again, you want to randomly go across the field in whatever zones that you have that you want to analyze the tissue analysis. So we'll just walk across here and randomly just select corn. And again, you don't want to do this in one area, just because the soil will highly impact your tissue analysis. And so if you do get some of that below ground portion, you can just snap that right off. A good thing to also do when you're doing tissue analysis is to do a subsequent soil analysis. So we actually did our soil sampling a week ago, so we can compare the tissue samples that we get also with the soil samples and kind of line up how we're doing with our fertility in the field. So once you've collected your tissue samples, we have about 25 to 30 plants here. We'll place them in our sampling bag. You can put these in a paper bag, is good to use. You don't want to use a plastic bag because it'll hold moisture in. You close that up, label it, and it's ready to go to the lab.